Hi everybody, welcome back. Okay, I am going to try to take advantage of the sun today. I've got a lot of pre-filming done today and I thought might as well do my current planner setup. Now, as you can see, you do not see the Recollections planner that I had been so excited about. And I am disappointed in saying that it is not working. The bulk was something that I had anticipated. I am only a few months in, and I knew that it was going to be something that I kept at home, but there were moments where I found that I really wanted to have my planner with. And with such a huge planner, that was not going to happen. Second of all, I did know that the stickers were going to be expensive, but it got to a point where decorating the planner became a little too time consuming. And second, I didn't get the fancy kits. I tried out a couple where I got like a few sheets of a kit, and I don't know, it just, as fun as it was, buying sticker kits was just not going to work economically for me. I am trying to focus my money on more traveling in the next year, and I just want to save money in general, hence my being very conscious of what I have been buying this past year. I know with all the stress shopping and all, but as you can see, I made very thoughtful purchases. And the sticker kits, while awesome as they are, and some are just, some of you guys are very talented designers in designing the sticker kits. I just can't afford them. They don't last very long. Once they're gone, they're gone. And just for personal reasons, economically, it's just not something that I wanted to focus my money on. And third of all, the month of November was so crazy that I barely looked at my planners. So for all the weeks that I pre-decorated, those weeks were empty, and then that's it. I had no more stickers. I was using up a lot of those like decorative boxes and the to-do lists and all of that. And while I still have many stickers left in the like Happy Planner sticker kits that you can get at Michael's, there were equally as many that I am not going to use just because they're just not my jam. All those like quotes and things like that. I mean, there were just so many different things that sometimes they worked, sometimes they didn't. Like the vertical boxes were too small for my list making. And but I did like the vertical setup. I didn't mind it. It's just that it didn't offer a lot of room. You could just write like one or two words and that's it. And I don't have tiny handwriting. Anyway, I mean, overall, the planner was not working. I was not looking at it. I was not using it. And I am glad that I did not spend the money on an Erin Condren and all the fancy sticker kits right away. I knew that it was just going to be kind of like an experiment. And while I did enjoy, decorating it when I had the time, it just became kind of like a chore. And I need my planner to be functional. And so now that I've not ranted, just giving you my reasons why it didn't work, I'm going to show you my bullet journal, which is the reason why I'm here. Now, the bullet journal has been something that I've heard about a long time ago, and it's something that I've tried out briefly, and I'm about to show you my attempt at bullet journaling like over a year ago, before the Hobonichi fiasco. I just grabbed one of my like notebooks that I had on hand. It was like one that my husband got on a business trip, and I knew that I did not want to spend too much money on a bullet journal, but my mistake was, and I think this is the reason why it really threw me off and it made me hate bullet journaling for the longest time, was because this was a lined journal, which if you've watched any of my videos, you know I hate lined paper. I hate lined paper for like journaling in general. And that really threw me off because it kind of limited how I was using the space. Second of all, I did just enough research to kind of understand the concept, but I did not really take into account just like the different formats that I could play with. And so because it was lined paper and I didn't really research bullet journaling too much, and I pre-planned everything, like in one go I sat down and did all the monthly pages, all the weekly pages. I did it all in one go instead of like doing it week by week to see and play around with formats, that I hated bullet journaling after this. I only did it for like 2 months before I realized it was not for me and I did not like it. Like you can see, I tried I tried playing with it and like the lines and all of that. It was too structured and I hated it. And that was my first attempt. Now, after the Recollections Planner did not work, I revisited the idea of the bullet journal, and this time I spent the time to actually research different formats, how people were doing it differently, how people were interpreting it, and I invested the money. I went out and actually bought the Leuchtturm 1917 planner. This is in, I think, royal blue, with a coupon and all of that. It ended up being a really good deal because the Barnes & Noble was also having an additional sale for members. So this came out to be $15. And it's the dot grid paper. I can tell you, this has made things so much better. It has made such a difference from like the crappy lined paper that, you know, was like wide, and I just did not like it. With the dotted paper, I feel like I have so much more freedom. It's practically blank paper, but I have the guidelines to go ahead and create different things. And I did watch a ton of videos about how people were working their formats, and I really did a lot of like Pinteresting with like minimalist planning because I didn't want to be too fussy. After the whole like decorating with stickers and all of that, 2018 with like hopefully traveling and whatnot, I really did not want to have like a fussy planner. I wanted to go back to the simplicity of the moleskin planners that I used to use, but change up the format. And so just in case you're not really familiar with bullet journaling, Ryder Carroll is the person who invented it. And it's just basically a very customizable planner system. He has a channel, he's got a whole blog about it. There's tons of videos. There's like 1 million videos out there, so you can definitely go check that out to see what bullet journaling is all about. But I like that it was customizable. And I really needed something that was customized to what I needed it to be, because if you've watched my channel, you've known that I've kind of struggled with trying to find a planner system that really has worked with me lately. Nothing has really like caught on, and I'm really hoping this does. And so far, I like it. Obviously, I'm still in the early stages. I'm still like within like first week and a half. But I kind of wanted to just go through this with you to show you what I've got going on, because this is going to be my 2018 planner. So I'm doing my planner video early. So the Leuchtturm 1917 planner in royal blue. I have the index not filled out yet. I don't know if I really refer back to it, because I'm just a person who would just flip through the pages, but it's there, and I allowed myself a few extra pages just in case. I mapped out 2018 and 2019's year overview. Because I started this in December, I accidentally put like December 2017 up here, and that like threw everything off, because as you can see, I ended it in November and I don't have room for 2018's December. So I put that on a sticky note up here, and that'll do for now. I mean, it's not really that major of a problem. I whited out the days because I kind of messed up on what days were which. But overall, I just kept it very simple. And then I have my 2018 overview. So I kind of mapped out each month to kind of be able to put down what major events are happening that month. So as you can see, I've got a few trips. I've got like a wedding anniversary, my 32nd birthday in January coming up. And this is going to be my like overview of just the things that I really need to plan for. And I really wanted to have like a separate page that wasn't in this kind of like year overview sort of format. The next page after that, as you can see, I've kept things very simple, just highlighting with some markers. And I'll show you the materials that I'm using. My 2018 goals. So more or less kind of like a loosely written list that I'll add in with, you know, like resolutions and things like that. And then all the 2018 projects that I want to go ahead and try. So if I want to do NaNoWriMo or December Daily, mini projects that I want to get finished, that's going on this page. My wish list, I decided to put a post-it note here just because it's going to be something that I'm going to draft in pencil and then put in pen later, because my wish list changes year to year, and then sometimes I put things down that I really don't end up wanting. So I left a good like spread for that. And that'll also include like household items, things that I've wanted to just upgrade and get. Books. I've decided to add just one page for like books that I finish. So not books that I want to read, but books that I do finish. Just so I can kind of track how much I'm reading. It's been a struggle for me to try to get reading done in the past few years, so I'm hoping that this will kind of give me some motivation to do that. I labeled this image just because I actually want to paste in like a really inspirational image or photo of something that inspires me, so I left that blank. And then as you can see, I have my December, like the month of December overview listed here. Instead of doing like one big calendar grid for the month, I decided to try out this format where it was just vertical and I can just list out things that I want to actually do. And then here, I decided to try out the December tracker. I don't have too many things filled out right now. I still have to fill out the things for this past weekend. But I thought this would be a great way for me to track how much I'm doing to, you know, obviously build up a habit. I thought that was a really fun thing to add into my bullet journal this year. So I'm really hoping that that gets filled up. I decided to go back to the horizontal format for planning. And because I started this on a very random day, I decided started it on Friday, December 1st. So I just kind of did it for the half week that was left. And this way I have the room to go ahead and make the long lists that I have and just have room enough to work with. And I just highlighted it and kept it a very simple format with markers. I like kind of tracking the weather. Just doodles here and there, and then I like to go in with a marker just to track how much water that I'm drinking each day. So I still have to fill out Saturday, and then I'll fill out Sunday later. But this is a nice, open, clean view for me, and so far I just like that I've got the room. I've got the freedom to fill it out if I want to, but because I don't, and I want to try to keep my lists simple. That space to me is very aesthetically pleasing, and it's nice to look at, and it's calming. So I'm not seeing like a clutter of things in my planner. Because it wasn't a full week spread, I moved my tracker, my weekly tracker, to this. I want to keep a weekly one versus my monthly one, just so I can kind of see the things that I should be doing fairly regularly planned out here. And then I created these boxes, which I saw Jen Ross do in her bullet journal, and I thought that that was great because it kind of kept goals more categorized and would keep those to-dos off my general weekly list. So these don't actually have like a day that I need to have done. These are ones that I want to get done that day. These are more general. So I have a category for home, personal, health, and gratitude. The gratitude box is just something that I'll fill out every Sunday night. Just highlights of the week, things that I'm grateful for. So I'm still on this Sunday, so I will kind of keep that bookmark there. And then the first bookmark goes to my monthly overview and tracker. I've already filled it out for next week, which I'll get into, but I also have I left a page open for like a moon phase mandala sort of thing. I haven't figured out what kind of design I wanted to try out, so that's why this page is blank. I'm going to use this kind of as like a test page. And then I created a general Christmas to-dos list. So it's its own separate category. I can check off and do those things when I get to it. This is the full week spread that I've decided to try out. Once again, it's horizontal, open space. I can go ahead and list everything, but now it's like the full spread for the whole week. And then I've shifted that over so that my mood mandala and the moon phase tracker can be here for the week. And then the habit tracker for the week is right here, and then my to-dos for each category and gratitude are listed on the next page. And then that's it so far. This is going to go into the weekly tracker, and then everything repeats itself. But I'm doing it almost week to week. This way I can give myself the freedom to change things up if the format's not working, which is one of the reasons why this failed, just because I pre-filled out everything without giving myself the freedom to change it. And that's my bullet journal so far, and that's going to be for 2018. Some of the materials that I am using is the Moxie Dory Mandala Tracker template. I got it off Etsy, so if you search Moxie Dory, she's got like different stencils for bullet journaling. Jen Ross, when she did her bullet journaling videos, had mentioned that, and I wanted to try that out. I have everything in my super dry pencil case, and I keep Post-it notes for pre-planning, whiteout tape because I know I've made mistakes, just a small ruler to keep lines straight, and then a bunch of markers for kind of just highlighting like December days and days of the week. I have just Tombow markers. These are some of my favorite colors, and they are double tipped if I really wanted to use it that way. For most of the general writing, I use the micron pens. Oops. So I have it in 0.25, 0.35, and 0.45. I have one Faber-Castell Pitt Artist pen in light indigo and bold. I love using that for just highlighting certain titles. These I'm still using. Oh my god, these last forever. These are Le Pens in periwinkle and lavender. Purple is the color that I use for all my personal to-dos and events that refer just to me. So in color coding, those are the colors that I choose for myself. And then I have various Stabilo 0.88 fine liner pens. And these I will be using for, like, orange is for like all family related things. Blue is for anything that Brian and I are doing together. Green is typically for like money transactions and bills. And I'm currently using this one to fill out how much water I'm drinking. But the rest are just there to use for marking in my tracker. So I will have that. I think I'm going to add a red one because I still need a red for all like medical and super important appointments. But I wanted to give you an overview of what my 2018 planner is going to look like. I am so hoping that I stick with this and that it works because I have been struggling with a planner system lately, and I'm hoping this really works. So cross fingers. Let me know if you are trying out the bullet journal system yourself, like for the first time. I'd love to hear your thoughts if you've already started setting yours up, or if you started kind of somewhere in earlier, what you think of it so far, because I'd love to hear your feedback. I'm very new to the system. I'm still learning a lot. I'm still watching a lot of videos and reading blogs to gain inspiration to see what people are doing with it, and like I said, I'm just so hoping that this works. Let me know what you guys are planning for your 2018 setup. Are you guys doing the Hobonichi? Are you doing moleskin? Are you doing a ring binder system? I've tried many of them, so I'd love to hear what your opinions are, like why you like it, what works for you. And I hope you are doing well and having fun in choosing your 2018 system. Okay, bye guys.